This is exclusive updates. And so last week I made a video about lab meat being snuck into some fast food restaurants where there's a loophole where they don't have to disclose if that's being done. So you could be accidentally eating lab meat and not knowing it. So I thought that was pretty alarming and disturbing. I thought I'd share it with you. So I find it interesting timing that now there's a lot of uproar about Campbell Soup because an executive from Campbell Soup was allegedly on audio saying that Campbell Soup is full of bioengineered meat as well. So check out this.
This morning, Campbell Soup is denying claims about its products, allegedly made by an executive in a recorded conversation. The person in the recording is also heard belittling Campbell's customers during an expletive-filled rant.
We have that's for poor people. Who buys our I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, I can eat bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
The recording is allegedly from a conversation that's now part of a lawsuit filed by Robert Garza, a cybersecurity analyst for Campbell's, who claims he was fired after reporting the alleged remarks, which he says also included racist comments about company employees. Garza claims Campbell executive Martin Bally made those comments after the two met to discuss Garza's salary. In a statement, Garza's attorney saying, "This situation has been very hard on Robert. He thought Campbell's would be thankful that he reported Martin's behavior, but instead, he was abruptly fired." Campbell's responding saying, "If the comments were in fact made, they are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company." And going on to say, "The comments heard on the recording about our food are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd."
Nothing melts away the cold like a delicious hot bowl of Campbell's soup.
Campbell saying, "The chicken meat used in our soups comes from long-trusted, USDA-approved U.S. suppliers and meets our high-quality standards." And the company noting, Bally worked in IT and had nothing to do with food production. Bally is on leave, pending a company investigation. In the meantime, the Attorney General in Florida, a state that bans lab-grown meat, says his office is now investigating Campbell's products. We reached out to Martin Bally, but did not hear back. Campbell says it has not been able to verify the recording.
And so, yeah, this is very disturbing because they are allegedly slipping bioengineered meat into Campbell Soup. And what other companies are doing this? Is this just the tip of the iceberg? Is the question you must ask yourself now. So most people don't want to eat that type of food. They don't want to eat anything that's lab meat or something like that, you know. And then he said even 3D printed meat. This is just disgusting. No one wants to eat that stuff. And so Campbell Soup is under a lot of scrutiny right now. And they did the most outrageous thing by firing the person who leaked the audio. So as of right now, they're saying that the guy that leaked the audio is fired. And the guy that was caught talking, the VP, he's like some type of vice president or something, in a department. I don't know exactly what department he works in, maybe marketing, maybe tech or something, but they're saying it has nothing to do with the food part of the company. So they're trying to excuse his behavior. They're trying to say he doesn't even work with the food, but I guess he's on temporary leave, you know, while they're looking into this. So pending investigation, this guy is still getting, you know, I don't know if he's getting a check still, because sometimes you get laid off with pay while the investigation is pending. I hope that's not the case. Hopefully he's without pay right now, because this dude needs to be fired. They fired the wrong person, in my opinion. Like, how you going to fire the guy that leaked the information? I guess I understand from a company standpoint. They're saying, you know, you let this out, this could destroy the company. So that's like a snake to them. Like the person that leaked that, that's, I guess they consider that guy to be the bad guy because he's leaking company secrets, or at least company information that could reflect bad on the company, whether it's true or not. Now, I personally believe the audio recording. I believe this because, I mean, even if this guy that said it wasn't working with the food ingredients or the food department part of the company, he might be privy to some information like that, you know. I mean, he said he would never eat this stuff. He said, not only did he say the meat is lab meat, but he's also saying who would eat this food? It's for poor people. He's saying it's for, you know, it's very unhealthy food, he's saying. So it's a company that's been around for a long time, you know, and they sell a lot of canned soups and stuff like that. Now, I'm wondering what their stocks are going to look like. After this video, I'm going to be looking at their stocks and seeing if I can see any impact, because this company, in my opinion, needs to go down, and it needs to be the first. And anyone else out there that is working for these companies, if they can get any more information on some of these other companies that might be tricking people and selling lab meat, because lab meat just needs to be banned, in my opinion. Like, nobody wants to eat. Who would, in their right mind, volunteer to want to eat lab meat? I think that if they make that clear on the packaging, where it's obvious that this is lab meat in your product, I think most people would skip that. That's something that shouldn't even be tampered with. And I think there needs to be, FDA or RFK or whatever, somebody needs to make a big deal about this and make sure there's a big orange or red sticker on every packaging that includes lab meat. And they need to change that loophole with the fast food restaurants too. No one should be unwillingly eating lab meat, against their will. This should be something to where it needs to be clearly labeled so that you can make an educated decision and skip any food that might have lab engineered meat in it. That's disgusting. I mean, I went over this in my previous videos, how lab engineered meat is made and stuff. So I'll leave a link in the comment section and description box if you want to check out my other videos on the subject, because I've been covering this since they first introduced lab engineered meat years ago. And, it was unsettling when I started hearing about this. I was hoping that it would never come to be. But now it's, my first video on it, I went back and looked at that, and it was actually talking about how it was actually approved and starting. And that was like 2 years ago. So I thought that I was talking about how it was coming in the future and now it's here. But no, back then, 2 years ago, it was like really getting approved. And that's what my first report was that the lab meat was being approved for human consumption. And that's when all this, I guess, is starting now. Now companies are trying to save a buck, and they're willing to put lab engineered meat in their products now just to save money, where they don't have to deal with real animals, real farms. And this is just, it's not good. I mean, I'm totally against this. It almost seems immoral, to be eating fake meat like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a bit extreme or not, but it just seems like, I put it on the line with when they tried to make people roll up their sleeves and take that poke, and they were trying to tell you, you can't work here if you don't, it was like they're going to the extremes to try to make people roll up their sleeves and take that, you know what I'm saying? And something was off with that, and I knew, in my opinion, something was off with that, and I did not want to partake of that. And this lab engineered meat thing is, to me, it's similar. It's something that I really do not want to ever have to take a part of. And if I accidentally end up eating some of that stuff, I'm going to be pretty upset, because, I mean, this is something I want to completely not have anything to do with. I do not want to partake. I do not consent to partake of any lab engineered meat. So this is something I'm going to have to be on alert for. Red flags are up. I'm going to have to be on the lookout just to make sure, because I do not want to consume this stuff, people. This is not something that I want to end up having, even accidentally. I don't even want to accidentally eat this stuff. So, yeah, that's about it. Let's get 100 likes on this video. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section. Yeah, I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure you subscribe and all that. And follow me on social media. I have some secret videos for members only in the comment section you might want to check out. You can join for as little as $1 and get caught up on everything. Yeah, that's about it for today. I'm out.